What's up, Legion? Welcome to I Still Call It a Lariat, a pro wrestling podcast. We are the mediumest pro wrestling podcast in the world. My name is Steve Zapf. I'm your honorable leader. And today I am going to be talking about Saturday night's main event from Salt Lake City, Utah, from November 1st, 2025. As you can see, conspicuous by his absence is Mr. Showtime Michael Wright. Michael got called away on some business, so I am stuck hosting by myself. It's fine. I think I can handle it just for today. Showtime, get back. We do need you. We miss you. And also boo. So, folks, Showtime and I talked about this off air, and I'm going to bring this to the surface, to the public, if you will, the people, the Legion. I think this show should have done one of two things. I think this show should have been a complete sweep of brand new champions. Showtime had said that off the air. Or everyone should have lost their titles except for Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And it would have just given him so much heat as a heel. He could have walked around and been like, everyone lost except for me. Especially as they moved into Monday night and his confrontation with his father, the deadbeat that Rey Mysterio is. He really just did it again, stealing Dom's spotlight and all that jazz. Now, the other big news from this show was John Cena announcing how they are going to get to his last match. They are going to be holding a tournament. Now the Cena last match tournament, I hate to burst everyone's bubble. That has pretty much been the reason why they eliminated names like Edge and Chris Jericho out of Cena's last match. You can't have a surprise opponent when you've already announced your field of 16. It doesn't work. You can't do it unless someone somehow gets injured that was supposed to be the guy. And I think if you're going to do this tournament, the best thing to do for it is to have your next guy. Then if you're going to do a tournament and you're going to do something like this, it needs to be the guy that you're looking to do huge things with for the next 5 to 10 years. You need to have, honestly, I think it might be a case of we get 6'2", 252 pounds of inspiration. That's right. Joe Hendry. I could see Joe Hendry coming out for this and being John Cena's last match. If that's the case, I need Joe Hendry to win. I could also see it being Dominic Mysterio. I still think there is a case for Gunther, but I just don't think Gunther needs it. He's a big enough star on his own, and he doesn't need that rub from beating Cena. He's beaten everyone else. And this isn't John Cena from 15 years ago. This isn't even John Cena from 10 years ago. This is John Cena on his way out. He's not quite as quick. He's not quite as strong. He's not quite the Cena of old. But fans, Legion, let me know what you think. Down below, write in the comments. Let us know who you think Cena's last opponent should be, or who should be in this tournament. Who do you think should be in the brackets? It's a 16-man tournament. Let us know what you think. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to get some responses. I'd love to get opinions on this one. With that said, let's start off this night with Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE title against Drew McIntyre. And Cody goes on to the stipulation of this is if Cody gets disqualified or counted out, he still loses the title. I felt like as soon as they put this stipulation in, it automatically meant we were seeing Cody retain, and I was correct. It feels like having Drew lose the way he has repeatedly to these guys, to these world champions. They have really cut his legs out from under him. I don't know why they won't just pull a trigger and let him either win or if you're not going to have him win, keep him out of the world title scene for a little while. Put him in there with other guys that he can have knockdown, drag out feuds with. He needs to be still involved in a CM Punk level feud as he was last year. And this year, it's just been, every time Drew is about to do something, he takes the worst end of it. And I believe he's is he 0-3 against Cody? How many times are we going to do this with Cody, guys? He's, maybe I'm the minority. Cody's run is bland. It's vanilla. I'm tired of it. He should have lost the title several times already. There was no reason to keep him around. I don't enjoy his promos as much as I used to. There's no real fire to them. And just all around, Cody is not doing the job that he used to be doing. Am I saying it's all on him? No, maybe it's a little booking. But at the same time, booking should know that this is not going down the right hole. This is really starting to come out the wrong end with Cody, and especially with Drew. They are just running him into the ground at this point. And I know you can say, well, a heel can always lose and still get heat. Yes, they can. But at some point, you stop being a viable threat for the world title. And I think we're getting to that point now. I think Drew is no longer a threat to the world title unless he goes away for a little while. Maybe if he goes away and he comes back, we see him come back and really be a threat to that world title, which would be awesome. But the version of Drew that we're getting right now, great on the mic, great in the ring, great look, and then he loses. When was the last time Drew got a world title match that you really thought he was going to win? I'll wait. It's been a while. And I don't get it because he has all of the tools. And he adds a little bit of edge to the title scene. But Cody does, of course, retain this. He does it basically beating Drew the same way he beat Kevin Owens almost a year ago at the same damn event. Cody is kind of rehashing some of his finishes. It's whatever. I said his run has been stale. I'm going to stand by that one. And folks, if you disagree with me, again, let me know. I'll take it on the chin. I'm waiting to hear opinions on this one. Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton defending the WWE Women's title against Jade Cargill, who just turned heel on her. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Jade comes out and saves her. And after she hands her the belt and raises her arm, she hits her with that big short lariat. It's big because it's Jade Cargill and she's got those muscular arms. I don't hate the Jade turn. I think her best work in wrestling has been as a heel. With that said, the way she turned, I think it could have been done a little quicker. I meant quicker in the moment. Instead of handing Tiffany the title, and with handing her the title, also raising her hand. Instead of doing that, if she came out and she ran Kiana James and Julia out of the ring, and as soon as Tiffany got up, she turned around and hit her with like that bicycle kick or a jumping lariat or something like that. I think that would have been a little bit more intriguing. It was a little bit telegraphed the way they did it. And you know what? It still worked. It got over. The fans were booing the situation. They did not like Jade at that exact moment. And we go into this match, and for the majority of this match, Jade is dominant. Just power move after power move after power move. Tiffany is getting beat up. She's banged up walking into the match. Her knee is all messed up. And Jade, in dominant fashion, becomes the new women's champion. I am excited to see what they do with Jade Cargill at this point. I'm also slightly nervous to see where they go with Jade Cargill at this point, because SmackDown's women division is not quite as strong as Raw's. And at the top, they don't have the strong baby faces that Raw does. And I will say this, I've said this with these two in the past. Tiffany and Jade are not the two to be in a match with each other where either one of them should be leading the match. The only other thing I'm going to say about this, and we've said this for a while, is Tiffany Stratton is a natural heel, and making her the babyface that they have been trying to do has been just hurting her. They have not been doing any favors with this. She's a natural heel. I think Tiffany Stratton also needs to leave for a little bit. Not long, maybe like a month, let her knee heal. And I think she needs to come back and maybe be a killer. Still do the Tiffy time, but maybe make it a little bit edgier. Still say the Toodles even. But after she smashes someone in and they're like, why did you do that? Well, because I needed to prove to everyone that I can do this, that I'm still the athlete that I said I am, that I'm still the dominant force that I say I am. And then like quietly, like Toodles, almost a little crazy. I would love to see that. And again, Legion, as always, please let us know what you think. If you think that my calls on this are wrong, let me know. I always love to hear the criticism. But with that Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill match, I was just not, I don't know. Like I said, Jade, definitely better as a heel, dominant, one of her better performances. But at the same time, you could definitely see that the two of them, there were times where footwork was wrong. They were just off half of a beat, and it seems to be happening a lot with these two. And these are the two athletes that are supposed to be able to hang with each other. I feel like all of this, though, is just to get Jade to WrestleMania to wrestle Bianca, who apparently his hand is still, her finger, her hand, whatever it is. I don't know what kind of surgery she needs or whatever it is still a mess. She was recently in an interview that said that her hand is still not okay. I am intrigued to see where this, when she's back, how she comes back, especially her and Jade did not really have issues when she was still there. So let's see where this goes. If heel Jade and face Bianca makes a great WrestleMania match, because I think it would make a good one. I think they could definitely do something good here. Let's see if Jade is even still the champion by that point. All right, folks, let's talk about the fun one here. This is Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against Penta and Rusev. Spoiler, it was not Rusev Day. I think that's part of the problem, too, is it has not been Rusev Day. I think we need this to be Rusev Day. I don't know if we need Lana, but I miss it being Rusev Day. Penta, I feel like Penta is doing better here than he was in AEW, but at the end, I really want Penta just back with his brother and to beef up the tag team division a little bit. I truly, truly enjoy Dominic Mysterio throwing the chair to Rusev, though, and doing the Eddie Guerrero spot where he drops and the ref going, it's no disqualification. It doesn't matter if he hits you with a chair. I also really like the spot of Dominic turning things around, where Rusev has Penta in the accolade, in the submission move, and then he rings the bell Dominic, too many pronouns, pal. Dominic rings the bell himself and gets him to let go of the hold. And the ref goes, no, he never gave up. And then he goes and chases Dominic, and Penta picks up the bell hammer and nails Rusev with it. The only part that I didn't understand was Penta hitting Rusev with the bell hammer and then looking like he felt bad about it. They're not on the same team. They've been beating the crap out of each other for the last 10 or 15 minutes. I did not understand that part, but it goes from that to Dominic posting Penta and then hitting Rusev with the frog splash, and Dirty Dom Mysterio is still double belt Dirty Dom. Still has that AAA Mega Championship. This is obviously leading towards Dom versus Ray again, because Dominic Mysterio's forever feud is his father for some reason, until his dad finally retires, which I'm thinking he can't have too much more time left on him. This was a fun match, though. This was probably the most fun match out of the night, and honestly, the most creative finish of the night. I don't have too much bad to say. I'm always on board with Dominic Mysterio. I would really like to see Dominic Mysterio be Cena's last match and go over. I think that is exciting television, and Dom, even more than Braun Breaker, might be the character future of, the persona future of the WWE and pro wrestling in general. Now, with all of that, we get to match number 4, the main event. And that is CM Punk versus Jey Uso for the vacant World Heavyweight title. This title was vacated, obviously, because Seth Rollins is injured. He has a bad shoulder injury after Crown Jewel and doing that coast-to-coast diving headbutt. And this match was about as good as I thought it was going to be. Let me start by saying CM Punk winning is the right choice here. Jey Uso should not be back in the in the real world title picture just yet. CM Punk, and I don't know if he should ever be back in there. There's a lot of rumors and things going along with this match towards Jey. I will not shed light on those right now because they're not confirmed and I was not there. I will say that everything in the match looked a little off. Punk looked like he was lifting some dead weight at times. Uso looked like he was at a step off from where he normally is. I don't know what that means. It could have just been that he was in a little bit of boo-boo face because he knew he wasn't getting the world title. He wasn't going anywhere near this world title again for a while. And it seems almost like they're on the verge of making him a full heel. I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know if it's a bad idea. I think WWE just knows they need a change soon. And maybe Uso as a heel is better than Uso as a face. I don't know if the proper thing is to get him and Jimmy back together completely or break them away from each other again completely. But at the end of this, we get CM Punk winning the World Heavyweight title officially. He is now holding it. He is the reigning and defending World Heavyweight Champion. There is no Money in the Bank briefcase to come and cash in. And it seems like his first opponent might be Logan Paul, or at least what they're doing is leading into War Games with him and whoever else is on his team against Heyman's group and Logan Paul and whoever else they pull in. I've heard Lesnar. I've heard a lot of people get thrown into the mix here. I just hope it's a good time. I hope it's star-studded, and I hope they do some of the best work I've seen. Punk is great on the mic. I hope he gets some real heels coming at him so that he can actually eviscerate them. The problem with him and Uso was the fact that Jay's a babyface, at least for now he is. And Punk couldn't really be the normal CM Punk dick that he is. Excuse my language. But like I said, at the end of the night, we get CM Punk as the World Heavyweight Champion, and we see him moving on to stuff with the group formerly known, if not still known as The Vision, and Logan Paul. I love this. I'd love to see Logan Paul and CM Punk just get into a war of words for the next, I don't know, month or so. But folks, that was Saturday night's main event. Like I said, I was hoping for a clean sweep of title changes, or at least 3 title changes and Dominic Mysterio holding on. Instead, we got 1 title change, 1 new world heavyweight champion, and 2 retentions. Not exactly what I wanted, but we didn't make a prediction for this. We look forward to getting Showtime back for our next episode, which will probably be a preview of, I believe, Full Gear is AEW's next pay-per-view. We look forward to seeing y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe, follow, comment, all the things. Please interact with us. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell a friend. If you don't have a friend, tell a stranger. And as always, folks, remember, tuck your chin when you bump.